Hello YouTube family. Okay, so the other day I was talking about I wanted to start dehydrating. I've never dehydrated anything. When you have a garden, you have to have a way to preserve it. So water bath canning for acidic foods, pressure canning, which I've ordered, but I haven't got my pressure canner yet. But dehydrating is a great way. So before things spoil in my fridge, what I have here is garlic. So I was looking to buy a dehydrator, and my boyfriend says, "Oh, we got one in storage." I'm like, "What do you mean we've got one in storage?" "Oh yeah, I bought one years ago." So I go digging through the storage, and I find a Sweeta dehydrator, as seen on TV, healthy for snacks or whatever, and it has never been out of the box. It must be 15, 20 years old. Here it is, fresh out of the box for the first time, pristine. Now, sitting in the storage, does that mean it's gonna work? I don't know, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it with garlic, and I'm also gonna try it with some kale. So I've got more kale than I can eat, and I don't want it to go bad, and I don't want to feed it to the chickens. So I'm gonna try kale chips. So looking online for recipes for kale chips, everything was with nuts. You know, it was cashews, soaked, and then protein powders. Well, I figure kale is already about the healthiest thing I ever eat, and even then I'm eating it with eggs. And yeah, there's not a whole lot I think you can do to kale to make it unhealthy unless you deep fry it, and I do that with spinach. So I'm gonna see how this turns out. I'm just gonna practice as I go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I have garlic in here that there's probably about, I don't know, 60, 80 cloves in there, and I'm hoping to do one tray of that. And all I'm gonna do is dice the garlic and then put it on the dehydrator tray. And I'm doing this outside because I've got so much going on inside the house. With anything electrical I've got is broken. So I've got air conditioner leaks, I've got, you name it, I've got it. You know what they say, if something can go wrong, it will, but it goes wrong in like threes. The TV went out, the refrigerator went out, the freezer went out. The air conditioner didn't go out, but it's leaking all over the place. And I thought it was the washing machine, but it appears to be the air conditioner, which is not a good thing in August in Texas. Anyway, so here's my first tray, and all I'm gonna do is pulse the garlic, because I just want to dice it. I'm gonna dice it and dehydrate it, and then I'm probably gonna grind it and make my own garlic powder. I haven't decided yet. Almost like music. All right. Piece of cake. You don't want it to turn pulp. You just want to, my fancy. You just want to dice it up. All right. And this may not work because the holes. Oops. Learn as you go, guys. Learn as you go. All right. There's the base. Here's the tray. Yeah, it would probably be better if I had parchment paper or wax paper. But since it's just an experiment, I'm just going to roll with it. Wow, garlic. Gotta love it. And I figure the garlic in the dehydrator at the same time with the kale chips will probably add some flavor to it as well. So next, now I've already washed the garlic. I've washed the kale and dried it as best I can. And all I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna break it up into big pieces, because when it dehydrates, it's going to shrink. And I'm gonna grab a second tray. I'm gonna break off the stems. And just take a minute. Alright, well there would be tray number one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to drizzle it and then I am going to rub it all over, make sure that I have oil on everything. Alright, so I've got these all rubbed down really good. All the little ruffly edges are covered in oil. And the next thing I'm going to do, everybody's favorite, Hidden Valley Ranch. So, Hidden Valley Ranch salad dressing mix. And all I'm going to do is sprinkle this. I can open the package. Sprinkle this right onto the pretty kale. Alright. Looks good to me. Boy, I tell you, if this old dehydrator works, I've just made the score of a lifetime. I didn't want to get one of the big Excaliburs. I hear they're great for doing, like, you know, jerky and that sort of thing, but I haven't heard a lot of really great reviews. If you have one and you just absolutely love it, let me know. I mean, I've seen some side-by-side comparisons that didn't really impress me that I just needed to go out and spend that kind of money. Especially right now when I'm trying to be frugal. So much for that one. Alright, so this one is olive oil and Dave Close special rub. This isn't a rub that he sells. It's something he made on up new the other day. So we will see how that turns out. You know what's funny is, it's kind of sad actually, is that during this lockdown and pandemic with social distancing, it's hard to find a guinea pig to try your food. Hey, I just made a new recipe. You want to try it? No thanks. I promise it's COVID-free kale. And there we have it. So it's that easy. And now what I'm going to do is see if this thing works. Alright guys, 10 hours from now we'll be back and check it out. Hopefully the weather holds since I am doing this outside. If a thunderstorm comes, I'm going to have to, I don't know, improvise. Make my house smell like garlic. So, alright, I'll be back in 10 hours. Okay, so the dehydrator worked, and I'm not sure if it's something I did, or if it's just because the dehydrator's old, or because I don't know what I'm doing, but the kale chips, they came out crunchy on the top, almost too crunchy. I think it's almost a choking hazard, it's so dry. And then the second rack is just the same as the first rack. And part of it may have to do with I fell asleep and left it in. But this rack, they're still a little, some of them were still a little soft. Not too bad though. And then the garlic, as I dump the kale on the floor. Yeah, not sure how that's going to work out. Anyway, that's my first attempt at dehydration. That's dry, alright. Alright guys, there it is. My brand new antique hydrator. Sweeta Food Dehydrator. Alright guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. And I'll keep working to make the videos better and more interesting. Got any comments? Leave them below. Thanks guys.